A frigid December wind carries the first scream at 10:30 a.m., December 9th, 1915. A gigantic shadow crashes through a farmhouse window in Sankebetsu, Hokkaido. Firewood crashes, walls split, a baby's scream is cut short. In one vicious sweep, an Ezo brown bear, starved, desperate, claims 2 lives. This is no random attack. This is a man-eater moving among settlers, and over 6 terrible days it will kill 7 people, wound 3, shatter homes, and propel a village into ghostly exile. You will hear every detail, how it began, how it unfolded, and why it still haunts the forest. It starts with hunger awakened too soon, then mistakes, then terror. You'll meet the bear, Kesagake, and the residents caught in its path. You'll trace every attack, the hunt's price, and the memory that endured. By the end, you'll understand not just the horror, but what happened when humans and wilderness collided, and what we must remember. In mid-November 1915, in Rokusen-sawa, Sankebetsu, a reclaimers' settlement deep in Hokkaido's wild heart, snow already whispered in the trees. Settlers carving farms out of forest, stacked harvests for winter, but the wild was still near enough that one dawn, a massive Ezo brown bear entered the Ikeda family's house, snatched corn, spooked the horse, then melted back into the woods. No blood yet, just a warning. Days pass. On November 30th, the bear is shot, but only wounded. Its tracks lead toward Mount Onishika, blood stains in the snow, foreboding sign. But then a storm buries all trace, and the villagers believe the danger has passed. They are wrong. Then, December 9th, the Ota house. Abe Mayu tends to the hearth, cares for baby Mikio. A thunderous crash, a clawed hand. The bear forces in. Mikio is killed instantly. Mayu fights back with firewood, tries to escape, but is overwhelmed. She is dragged into the snow-laden forest as darkness falls. The scene in the farmhouse resembles a slaughterhouse, blood pooled across the floor. The next night, the bear reappears near the Ota home again. Villagers, armed, frightened, fire, but miss. The bear vanishes into the forest. No rest for the living. On December 10th to 11th, the Miyoki children, their mother Yayo, are in their own house, cooking, safe, or so they believe. Outside, the bear breaches the window. A lamp is broken, the room flies into darkness. Yayo trips, her children clutching at her legs. Umekichi, on her back, is bitten. Odo, the guard, tries to hold it off. Others run. The bear strikes gut-churning blows. A pregnant woman begs for a mercy. Witnesses later report she implores, "Eat my head, leave my belly." The animal rips at flesh. The unborn child lives only moments. By dawn, 6 more lives lost, 3 more wounded, whole homesteads torn apart. As news spreads, panic grows. Hunters and policemen gather. A sniper team is formed. They try lures, they stake houses. At one point, they even use a corpse in hopes of baiting the bear, something many villagers refuse on moral grounds. But Kesagake is cunning, wounded, hungry, adapting. It ransacks winter food stores, smashes into 8 houses, ravages the landscape. Night after night, the bear slips through defenses. On December 14th, snowstorms loom, the trail bloodied, tracks fresh but fragile beneath new snow. A hunter, Yamamoto Heikichi, guided by trail and intuition, approaches a giant oak. 20 meters away, he fires the first shot, into the heart. The bear reels, turns. A second shot, into the head. Kesagake falls. Weighed, measured, about 340 kilograms, 2.7 meters tall. Inside its stomach, human remains, parts of its victims. It is finally over. In the aftermath, the living recount grief and horror. Yayo, with head wounds, survives. Umekichi, bitten as a child on his mother's back, never recovers fully. He dies nearly 3 years later of his injuries. Others return to work, some, But Rokusensawa is undone. Most villagers abandon it. The snow-hammered forest reclaims the empty houses. The site becomes a ghost town. Only decades later do efforts begin to remember a shrine, memorials, novels. Experts who've studied the case, among them Moritake Kimura, point to several causes that converged into tragedy. The bear awoke early, driven by hunger. Its natural prey had been depleted by deforestation and human encroachment. Early settlers had destroyed forests to build homes and to produce fertilizer from herring, depriving wildlife of food. The bear had been wounded by gunshots, likely increasing its desperation and aggression. Humans and bear came too close. The wilderness gradually erased, and the consequences were measured in blood. There is some uncertainty. The exact number of injured differs in various accounts. Whether 3 or more people were wounded beyond those killed has small but meaningful discrepancies. Some testimonies may be embellished, villagers were traumatized, snowstorms interfered with records, and many locals died before full records could be compiled. Kimura, decades afterward, interviewed survivors and their children to reconstruct a more coherent narrative. From this catastrophe, several legacies arose. Yamamoto Heikichi, the hunter who felled Kesagake, became legendary. Haruyoshi Okawa, a boy of 7 at the time and son of Sankebetsu's mayor, swore vengeance. 10 bears for every victim. Over his lifetime, he killed more than 100 brown bears. He later helped build memorials, not out of triumph, but remembrance. What must we carry forward? This is more than a tale of terror. It's a caution about the fragile boundary between human ambition and wild nature. When forests recede, winter food becomes scarce, wounded predators become desperate, boundaries blur, and tragedy births itself in that space. The Sankebetsu attack stands as the worst bear attack in Japanese history. 7 people died in the first assaults, including later deaths. The toll rose. Homes were destroyed, trust broken, wilderness feared. But even in that dark winter, the human spirit survived. Stories told, children growing to honor memory, a memorial and shrine where locals still pray. When snow covers the forest floor again, think of the bear roaming without prey. Think of the families left in darkness. Think of the lessons in balance, respect, and prevention. If you remember one thing, nature is not our enemy, but when its warning signs are ignored, evil can lurk. Thank you for staying with me through this story. If you found this harrowing journey worth hearing, please like the video, subscribe for more tales from the edge of wilderness, and share your thoughts below. What would you do if you live at the edge of wild? I'll catch you in the next video, where we explore another true encounter at nature's limit.